audience is a dirty soda. Some of you may have heard of it. Some of you may not have. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to give you a little bit about the history and the making of one of these. So, long time ago, in the start of the LDS Church, there was some health restrictions on cold beverages. Some of them being hot beverages, some of them being coffee and tea. Now, we move forward a few hundred years, and basically what we've got here is a loosening of those restrictions, specifically more so on the caffeine part. And in about 2010, that led to a small business started right here in St. George called Swig by a lady named Nicole Tanner. Now, she ended up creating something that she ended up trademark called the Dirty Soda. Now, what this is a combination of ingredients. You have soda, you have a cream element, it could be whipped cream, it could be something coconut, what have you. You have syrup, and then what you have is some fun garnishes, such as candies or whatnot, to put into the soda. Now, in my personal experience with food and the amount of time I've worked in the food industry, I can say that you end up wanting to have a certain way that you put things together. Now, I can tell you that if you do things in a wrong order for food, you're going to end up with a completely different product. You want to make sure that you have certain foods in certain orders. For example, a steak, you're going to want to make sure that it's done for a certain amount of time in a certain way, or you're coming up with just something absolutely wrong. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit how we mix something together so that we have exactly what we have for a dirty soda. So, our ingredients do matter, because if we mix them in the wrong order, we are getting a completely different product. The ingredients, you have to have our soda. What I have here is kind of an off-brand, or one of my favorite flavors of Dr. Pepper. Or is this one? Dr. Good One. Still good. And what you want is more or less a flavoring. What we have here is Galaxy, aka something resembling raspberry. And you end up putting that together. Now, after that, you're going to do a cream element. I've used dairy whipped cream. And then what we're going to do is we are going to mix them together. Each step in the process does matter. For example, we end up wanting to start out with soda here. Now, depending on your flavoring and how your tolerance for sugar is going to depend on how many pumps of syrup you have in there. On average, I would say about 1 to 2 pumps, so you can get that extra flavoring in there. What you'll want to end up doing is stirring it. Either use an actual stirring spoon, something professional, cocktail, or straw, as I just did. Then what we're going to end up doing is using a little bit of a dairy thing. Like I said, I have dairy whipped cream topping here. I'm going to put this on top. And sometimes you want to go a little overboard, so that way you get a little bit of garnish embellishment here. I have here some Candy Sharks. And then will you stick that on top, give it a little bit more flair. If you want to go the extra mile, rock candy stick. Oh. And then what you have right there is a dirty soda. Now, each dirty soda is unique and provides a delicious sugary experience that will give you something unique here. Now, I'm telling you that what we want to end up doing is mixing all these ingredients together in the right way, and you will get a delicious, amazing, phenomenal product. And then once we are done, we're going to end up having something delicious, something memorable, something that screams Utah. Now, I don't know about you folks, but I'm not diabetic. I'm just going to chug this all in one go. Have a good day.